The film begins with Bishop in Brazil, on a beautiful tourist island. He's on his yacht, listening to music and drinking his coffee before heading out. Before leaving, he activates a bomb hidden inside the yacht, setting it up so he can control it remotely in case anything goes wrong. After that, he goes to an open restaurant on a high island cliff. Suddenly, a woman he doesn't know comes and sits with him. She tells him she has been looking for him for a while, because her boss needs him for a mission to kill 3 important targets using his usual method, making every murder look like a natural accident. Bishop pretends he doesn't know what she's talking about, so she tells him that if he refuses, she will inform the agencies searching for him that he actually survived the gas station explosion we saw in the first part. She also promises that once he completes the mission, her boss will allow him to continue living hidden under his new identity. Bishop looks around and realizes she isn't alone. Many armed men are nearby. Suddenly, he grabs his phone, takes her picture quickly, and before she can react, he hits her hard and tells her, "Tell your boss he shouldn't challenge the dead." Immediately, the men with her rush in, and a brutal fight breaks out. But Bishop manages to defeat them one by one with incredible speed and skill. Then he looks at a camera and realizes even more men are coming, so he quickly runs toward the cable car station to escape. The woman and her men rush there too, but when they reach the cabin, he isn't inside, because at that moment Bishop is already above them. From there, he notices a small seaplane nearby. The woman forces the door and climbs up after him, but Bishop runs quickly, jumps onto the plane, and manages to escape. Later that night, Bishop returns to his yacht. From a distance, he notices gang members waiting for him on board. So he pulls out his phone, detonates the bomb he planted earlier. The yacht explodes, killing everyone on it. After that, Bishop goes to a hidden place where he keeps his important belongings. He opens a box filled with large amounts of cash, passports, and phones with different numbers, things that help him change identities wherever he goes. He takes what he needs, puts it in a bag, and burns the rest. Then he leaves Brazil and travels to a beautiful island in Thailand. There, he meets an old friend named May, who owns a small hotel on the island. She shows him the cabin he usually stays in. Once she leaves, Bishop opens a secret compartment in the floor where he hides another bag containing his confidential equipment. He then searches on his laptop for information about the woman who chased him earlier and discovers that she works for a man named Crane. The next day, a woman named Gina arrives on the island. She asks May for first aid. May notices many bruises on her body and offers to help if she needs anything else. Gina thanks her and leaves. That night, May sees Gina from afar arguing with a man on a yacht. Worried, she quickly goes to Bishop and tells him what's happening so he can help before the man hurts her. When Bishop sees what's going on, he tells May it might be a family problem and that he has no right to interfere. But May insists that if he doesn't go check, she will go herself. So Bishop reluctantly takes a small boat and heads toward them. There, he tells the man attacking Gina to stay away from her, or he will stop him himself. The man refuses and tries to attack Bishop, but Bishop knocks him down with one hit. Unfortunately, the man falls badly, hits his head, and dies instantly. When Gina sees what happened, she faints. At that moment, May arrives in a small boat, so Bishop hands Gina over to her to take her back. Then Bishop searches the yacht and finds Gina's passport and phone. When he opens the phone, he discovers a photo of himself inside. Realizing something is wrong, he pours gasoline over the yacht and sets it on fire, destroying the evidence. When Bishop returns, he shows Gina the photo he found on her phone and threatens to kill her if she doesn't tell him who sent her. Gina finally admits that the person behind everything is a man named Crane. She explains that Crane has something on her and is blackmailing her with it. She also reveals that the man Bishop killed was actually part of a setup. The plan was for Gina to pretend to be a victim so Bishop would help her. Then she would get close to him and make him fall in love with her. But the man gave her too much alcohol and started attacking her like a madman, which ruined the plan. Gina tells Bishop that Crane planned to use his feelings for her later, pressuring her to make Bishop do whatever he wanted. The next day, Bishop searches for information about Gina on his computer. He discovers that she used to work with the government in Afghanistan, then resigned and moved to Cambodia to open a shelter for poor and orphaned children. Later, Bishop goes to Gina and asks about the thing Crane is using to threaten her. She tells him that Crane's men killed one of the people who worked with her, and sent her a message saying that the orphanage children would suffer the same fate if she didn't obey his orders. She tells Bishop that this is the weakness Crane is using against her. While they are talking, Bishop notices Crane's men watching them. He quickly takes Gina's hand so the spies think they are already lovers and don't suspect anything. They start acting like their relationship is getting serious, exactly as Crane planned. Gina later apologizes to Bishop for dragging him into this situation and tells him that the orphaned children are her whole life. Bishop says he understands because he was also an orphan. When he was young, he was sold to a criminal who trained boys to become killers. He also tells her that Crane used to be there with him, and they were once friends. But Bishop managed to escape while Crane didn't. Since then, Crane has blamed Bishop for not helping him escape too. In that moment, Bishop and Gina grow closer, and their relationship begins to feel real, not just an act. Gina then asks him what they will do next. Bishop tells her that they will secretly escape using a lifeboat without anyone noticing. As for Crane, Bishop says the only solution left is to kill him himself. Before leaving, Bishop gives Gina his watch, telling her it's the only thing he has left from his father. The next day, Bishop is suddenly surprised when Crane's men attack the beach. He tries to protect Gina, and a fierce fight breaks out between him and the attacker. But there are too many of them, and they eventually manage to kidnap Gina and escape with her on a boat to take her to Crane. At that moment, Crane's assistant hands the phone to Bishop so he can talk to him. Bishop demands to meet Crane face to face. Crane agrees. Bishop goes to meet him and waits for him to arrive. As soon as Bishop sits down in a chair, he discovers that a bomb is planted under it that will explode if he stands up. Then Crane appears and tells him that this is the only way to make sure Bishop doesn't cause any trouble. He gives Bishop a file containing information about 3 people he must kill. Crane explains that the first target is a man named Carl, the biggest arms dealer. At that moment, Carl is locked inside one of the most dangerous prisons in the world, in Malaysia. The prison is located on an island in the middle of the sea and surrounded by sharks. Bishop's mission is to enter the prison, kill Carl, make it look like a natural accident, and escape afterward. Crane then gives him a small tracking device that he must swallow so they can track him after he escapes. After each mission, Crane promises to let Bishop talk to Gina through a video call to prove that she's still alive. After that, Bishop travels to Malaysia to prepare for the mission, even though it seems almost impossible. But Bishop begins carefully planning every detail. He prepares an explosive substance and hides it inside a piece of chewing gum. He also hides the tracking device Crane gave him inside a small compartment in a cigarette pack. Then he searches for one of the most dangerous criminals wanted by the authorities, someone he can impersonate to enter the prison in his place. He forges a passport under that criminal's name and even tattoos his face so he looks exactly like him. The next day, Bishop deliberately starts causing trouble in the streets of Malaysia. When the police arrest him and check his passport, they see that he's American and looks exactly like the criminal they are searching for, so they immediately transfer him to the prison. Inside the prison, Bishop hands the guard his chewing gum, cigarettes, and personal belongings, since these items are allowed inside and won't raise suspicion. Soon after, he spots Carl in the prison yard, surrounded by many guards. Bishop starts talking to another prisoner, trying to gather more information about Carl. He learns that Carl has many enemies because he is responsible for the deaths of many people. Some of their relatives are even prisoners there. At that moment, Bishop realizes that his mission is extremely dangerous. If someone else kills Carl before him, Bishop won't be able to escape the prison. Later, Bishop notices a prisoner holding a knife during meal distribution. Without the man noticing, Bishop secretly takes the knife from him so he won't use it to attack Carl. Shortly after, Bishop sees 2 prisoners about to assassinate Carl. Before they can do anything, Bishop quickly attacks them with the knife and stops them. When Carl notices that Bishop saved his life at the last moment, he decides to bring Bishop into his personal security group. Carl takes him to a private area where his men are waiting. There, Bishop talks with him and pretends to accept working for him. Suddenly, Bishop grabs Carl and chokes him silently so he won't make any noise. Before Carl dies, Bishop places poison powder in Carl's food, forcing it into his mouth while choking him until he dies instantly. This way, it looks like Carl died from food poisoning caused by prison food. When Carl's men discover that he's dead, the guards are alerted and immediately gather all the prisoners together while alarm sirens start ringing across the prison. During the chaos, Bishop secretly places the explosive material inside a crack in the prison wall and connects a wire to trigger it. Then he swallows the tracking device. As soon as the explosion happens, Bishop escapes through the hole in the wall that leads directly to the sea. At the last moment before the guards catch him, he jumps into the water and swims away from the prison. Soon after, Crane learns what happened and sends his men on a boat. They reach Bishop's location and pick him up. Then Bishop talks to Crane, who allows him to see Gina through a video call so he can confirm she's still alive. Crane reminds him that he only has 36 hours to complete the second mission. At that moment, Crane notices the watch Gina is wearing. He tells her that Bishop never takes it off and realizes that she has become his only weakness after seeing the watch with her. After that, Bishop travels to begin the second mission. He gathers information about the next target, whose name is Adrian, a well-known billionaire. Adrian lives in a luxury tower in Sydney, Australia, occupying the entire top floor. His penthouse is heavily secured, with reinforced doors and concrete floors. Every day, Adrian swims in his private pool, and Bishop discovers that the bottom of the pool is made of glass, extending outside the building. Bishop then visits the woman responsible for renting apartments in the tower, pretending to be a businessman who wants to rent a unit in the building. While talking to her, he secretly gets access to the apartment key, photographs it, and later makes a copy. After that, Bishop prepares a special chemical substance capable of breaking glass within seconds. Bishop enters the tower disguised as a maintenance worker. He gets into the apartment and makes a small opening in the glass. Using special lighting equipment, he carefully climbs up to the swimming pool area and manages to position himself under the glass bottom of the pool. Then he places the chemical substance he prepared onto the glass. The moment Adrian stands up inside the pool, the glass suddenly shattered. Adrian sees Bishop and tries to escape from the pool, but he doesn't have enough time. The glass completely breaks, and Adrian falls to his death. At the same moment, Bishop quickly climbs back down to the apartment. Adrian's death looks like a normal accident caused by the collapse of the glass pool. Bishop then calmly leaves the building, completing the second mission. Later, John, Crane's assistant, opens the camera so Gina can speak with Bishop through a video call. While talking, Gina secretly turns the camera toward the window of the ship they are on without John noticing. Bishop quickly notices the numbers written on the ship. When John finally realizes what Gina did, he hits her and immediately shuts off the camera. But Bishop has already memorized the ship's numbers. He contacts a harbor official, finds the ship's location, rents a plane, and flies to the area. Without anyone noticing, Bishop jumps from the plane into the sea and swims toward the ship. He climbs aboard and starts silently eliminating the guards one by one, using a silenced pistol, trying to take down as many of them as possible without raising an alarm. When Crane realizes Bishop is on the ship, he grabs Gina and uses her as a shield to protect himself. Bishop keeps fighting and taking down the guards, but eventually the numbers overwhelm him and they capture him. Crane then tells Bishop that he won't kill Gina, because she is his only weakness, but he will only keep her alive if Bishop completes the third mission. Otherwise, he will kill her the next day. The next day, Bishop travels to Greece. The target this time is a man named Max, a very dangerous arms dealer. Max lives in a heavily fortified building that is almost impossible for anyone to access. At that moment, Bishop realizes something important. All three targets are major international arms dealer. He finally understands Crane's plan. Crane wants to eliminate all his competitors so he can become the only arms dealer left without any rivals. Bishop infiltrates the building where Max is staying without being noticed. Inside, he installs a device that disables all the security cameras. Then he triggers the alarm system, causing chaos in the building. Bishop begins attacking any guard who crosses his path. Meanwhile, the security team quickly moves Max into a secure panic room to protect him from the mysterious intruder. But when Max enters the room and closes the door, he is shocked to find Bishop already sitting there with a gun pointed at him. Bishop tells Max that he is the one who killed Carl and Adrian, and that the man who ordered the killings is Crane. Instead of killing Max, Bishop offers him a deal that benefits both of them. He will spare Max's life if Max agrees to fake his own death and help him take down Crane. Max agrees. Later, Max goes to the diving pool inside the building. Unknown to everyone, Bishop has already planted an explosive device on the side of the pool. Suddenly, the place explodes, and Max falls into the water. At that moment, Bishop is already under the water. He grabs Max, puts an oxygen mask on him, and secretly helps him escape until they reach the seashore safely. Meanwhile, Crane hears the news about the explosion, and that Max is believed to be dead, although his body hasn't been found. Soon after, Bishop calls Crane. Crane becomes suspicious and asks to see Max's body to confirm his death. Bishop tells him where the body can supposedly be found near the shipyard docks, then hangs up. Crane orders John and his men to go to that location and bring Max's body back. Once they confirm that Max is dead, their next mission will be to kill Bishop and end his story, and so they head to the location. At the same time, Bishop returns to the shipyard and begins preparing the place for the final battle. He opens several gas cylinders and rigs the doors with explosive. Then he sets up a machine gun and ties its safety trigger with a wire, so that if anyone moves it, the gun will automatically start firing. Before Crane's men arrive, John turns on the body camera he's wearing so Crane can watch everything that happens. As soon as they arrive, Bishop starts hunting them down one by one. Then he pulls the wire connected to the machine gun, and it begins firing wildly at them. At the same time, Crane's men trigger the traps Bishop prepared, and the bombs start exploding around them. Before John can close the hatch of the submarine they came with, Bishop throws a grenade, killing him instantly. Crane watches everything through the camera and is completely shocked. He realizes that Bishop will eventually come for him, so he begins preparing for the confrontation. Crane takes Gina to the front of the ship and uses her as bait to trap Bishop. Meanwhile, Bishop uses an underwater propulsion device to reach Crane's ship. When he arrives, the guards are ready for him. Suddenly, Bishop emerges from the water and starts eliminating them one after another. At that moment, Gina tries to break free from the man holding her, while the fierce battle between Bishop and Crane's men continues. Crane then drags Gina into the control room and activates a bomb on the ship, setting it to explode in 3 minutes. He leaves her there, injured and bleeding, while he tries to escape using the helicopter on the ship. After Bishop defeats all the guards who stand in his way, he rushes to find Gina, but by then, the ship is only moments away from exploding. So Bishop quickly places Gina inside an emergency escape capsule used during ship fires. The capsule detaches from the ship and drops into the sea with Gina inside. Then Bishop goes after Crane and kills the last of his remaining men before Crane can escape. The two of them engage in a violent fight. Crane tries to attack Bishop with great force, but Bishop blocks him and starts beating him brutally. Crane suddenly grabs a metal bar from the ground and strikes Bishop, knocking him down. But Bishop quickly recovers, grabs a chain, and hits Crane hard with it. He wraps the chain around him and ties him to the ship's metal structure, leaving him completely helpless and unable to move. Just as Bishop escapes, the ship explodes violently. Meanwhile, Gina's escape capsule floats on the water. She watches the ship burning after the explosion and is completely shocked. She then swims toward a ship that is some distance away, hoping to reach it. Luckily, Gina is rescued just in time. She is heartbroken when she learns that no one else survived the explosion. Sometime later, we see Gina back at the orphanage, taking care of the children again. But this time, a beautiful surprise is waiting for her. Bishop suddenly appears in front of her. She is overjoyed to discover that he is still alive. After that, we see Max sitting in his office watching footage from the security cameras at his shipyard. Notices a remaining piece of the ship's wreckage. When he investigates it, he realizes it is actually a steel survival chamber that allows a diver to breathe if a ship sinks. When he watches the footage carefully, he sees Bishop emerging from it. Realizing that Bishop faked his death once again, Max smiles, impressed by Bishop's intelligence, then deletes the video so there will be no evidence that Bishop is still alive. And that's the end of our story. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.